We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you drop the sir?
He always treated us Danans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too.
The fact the enemy's holding themselves up tells me they're not exactly happy to see us.
Then we'd better go in prepared for whatever welcome we get. Have you guys checked your equipment lately? I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their posts lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Hey, Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that? From what I hear, that thing can stop even a cannonball.
On second thought, let's see if there's a release mechanism somewhere.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zoogle.
An invisible Zoogle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Right.
Right.
You got spirit!
Take this!
It's over!
I'm on it!
You're mine! Rising Viper!
You'll pay for what you did!
Bring him down! Fire support!
Lightning orb!
Denied! Talon
Ignite! Damn it!
You're mine! Raging for the game!
Radiant! can really make weapons with this? You know, the more I think about it, this palace is way too big for its own good.
Tell me about it. Plus, where the hell were these soldiers and Zeugles all this time?
Let's dispose of the trash.
For my lord! It's over!
Armor won't save you!
Here I go!
Arch seal!
It's over!
Take my revenge on you!
I see one, eh?
Fire support!
An astral art?
That's like you!
Shut him down!
Lock! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Here's no fire!
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Back into the field! Lock this out! Radiant Giant!
Leave the target for me! Eat this!
Sleep now! Mega
We're
Ray!
not finished!
I'll run you through!
You're mine!
Primed and ready! Where are you going? Lightning orb! More with that! Here's First aid!
Far enough!
I'll be saving this one!
Burn! Eat this!
Here goes! Here I go! I'm only getting halfway! There!
This like
One
steel?
more! Bring back from second Raging cascade! Resuscitation! Here, let me help!
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
I wonder if we can use this.
Not in your dreams! There!
A showdown between blade and fist!
Now you'll learn!
Thunder field! Raging cascade!
Strike!
Sleep now! Happy
Strike!
Take it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Looks like we won.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
Field!
I'm going in! Not today! We got flyers!
I've got it! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! Take this! Here I come!
Its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest! Take this! It's over! I'm on it! This one's all mine! Burn it out! Here I go! Do it! Astronaut!
Get toasty!
Bird strike.
Light astro dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light astro mega ray! Annihilation! Light astro I'm out of ammo! Field!
I'm on it.
Here's a healing arc one!
It's
I can handle it! I'm all soaked up!
Rising Viper! Mirage!
In here! I'll be
Fire support!
I really owe you one. Watch it.
I'll be saving this one.
There's always room for improvement.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
I won't show you any mercy! Now you'll learn!
Here's a healing for the stop sign. Lightning orb! Confiscated!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Do it!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving this one!
Swallow blade! You're mine! It's on!
Supernova! To the fray!
Not today!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Mega ray!
You're finished!
Here's
Try.
an raging cascade!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Gotta break through! I feel it!
Astral energy! Downfall! Here goes! Radiant here! Fire support!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
For my lord! Be my guest. I can carve through walls. My shield, it's over.
Shining supernova.
Strike.
More with that camera. Flame. Reload. Now.
Gion.
Get toasty.
Bird strike.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Little in the sky, it's mine.
You got your It's over.
Radiant is here.
You're mine.
I know this one's mine. They really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn. No escape. Swallow blade.
Eat this.
Here I come.
Not in your dreams. Do it. Shield. Astral energy. Full throttle. Go. Back into the fray.
Strike. You're mine. Swallow blade.
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
It's on! Bring him down! Swallow blade! It's over! Fall back! Fire in the hole! Here I come!
You'll have no mercy.
Anything in armor is all mine! Take it! I'll smash you! You're finished! You're mine! You're mine! Swallow blade! It's over!
In here.
It's on!
Got it. Radiant here.
Don't get careless.
I won't forgive you!
Bring him down!
Here's a raging cascade! Annihilation! Dance to the wind!
Fire support!
I'm ready!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand! Engaging! Locked and loaded!
Mega ray!
Rising Wyvern!
Annihilation! Thunder field!
You're finished! Swallow blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I can feel my power growing!
Look, another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it.
Right, here goes!
Now you'll learn!
Searing flame! Lightning orb! Not on my watch!
Here I come!
No shield can stand up to these fish!
Photon blast!
Here I come!
Far enough! Who wants to die next?
Ready and raring! Armor won't save you!
Take it, my shield! Rising Wyvern!
I'm saving you! All backed up!
It's over!
Thunder
Blade!
field!
You're mine!
Do it!
Swallow blade!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy? Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
For my love!
Shadow! Take that! Bullseye! Radiant cascade!
You think that shield will save you?
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Flying free! Why can't they just hold still?
Strong! Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Here I come!
Lightning orb!
Fire support!
Do it here!
Arts?
That's my cue!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Excited! And again! Not in your dreams! Mega Ray!
It's over!
Lightning orb! More Mega Ray from Astral Energy!
Say no more! First strike! I can carve through armor! Onward and upward.
I won't forgive you!
I see one, eh? Far enough! This one's all mine!
Here's a hero!
Take down their defenses! You picked the wrong fight! Blood Hurricane!
Radiant Pierce! Sleep now! I'm out of ammo! I'll be saving this
Its
one!
armor's too strong! Split it open! Be my guest!
More with that heat! Stuffed up! Air thrust!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern! We're not finished! Rising Wyvern! You escape! You escape! Die! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Try harder! No, you can't! Felt fine not too long ago. Here you go. You're finished!
I never miss! Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Hurricane!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Even if Danins and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
I can carve through armor! My field?
Far enough! Take it! It's over!
Release! Watch him!
Take it!
Feel!
Rising right!
More
Blade!
pile!
Not today!
Photon!
Take it! Water blade! It's over!
Dance in the wind!
Do it! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Searing flame! You're not ready! Here!
Take this!
Nicely done.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave would know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
You're mine!
I'm on it!
Hit a word!
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
In your dreams!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
American does it!
Leave the charges to me!
This one's mine!
Here we go again.
First strike!
Let me help!
Talon hurricane!
Searing flame!
Not today!
I'll fix you up!
It's over!
That's spot.
Light after the wind!
Rising Viper!
Talon hurricane!
Does it?
More for the stockpile!
finished.
Radiant magic is down! I'm out!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Radiant
Try
sword!
harder! Now! Here I come! Swallow blade! Rising Viper! You're on!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Talon hurricane!
Downfall! I'm out of ammo!
Rising Viper!
I'll run you through.
Ready!
Try harder!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. I'm on it.
Here, let me help! Dreams! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Nothing gets by me!
I'll be saving this
It's
one!
over!
Magic is here!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Dance in the wind!
I'm on it!
In here! Back into the fray!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do.
No escape!
Mega
It's
ray!
over!
Annihilation!
You're on! Take
I
this!
can't feel anything!
Stay away from my
Bring
friend!
you back from depths of danger!
Rising Viper! Talon hurricane! Swallow blade! No escape!
This one's mine!
It's over!
I've still got some fight left in
Take
me!
this! Talon hurricane! It's over!
And again! In here! More for the stockpile!
Strike!
More for that
Strike!
Mayor Brush! Photon blast!
Take it!
Let me help!
Rising Viper!
I really
You're
owe
on!
you one.
I'll run you through!
That freaking does it.
Here's a
Nothing
healing
gets
zone.
by me!
First dance with the wind! In here! More for the
Take this!
stockpile!
Eat this! You're finished! Talon sword! This one's all mine!
Light astral energy!
Denied!
Take this!
Here!
Here I come!
Here goes! We'll be getting
Strike!
Talon astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, let me help. Not on my watch!
Take I can carve through. I'm on a roll
Lightning
now.
orb!
Rising Viper!
Dance in the wind!
No way!
More
You're mine! escape!
For the stockpile!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Gotta move! For the stockpile!
Here comes a big one! Ignite!
Talon Hurricane!
Take this!
You're
You're finished! Take
I
this!
really owe you one.
You're
Here!
finished!
Talon
It's over!
Hurricane! Do it!
Jump!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here's a healing wind!
I'm on it! Here I come!
I can do this all day! I can handle it!
An astral ice?
That's my cue!
Here I come! Shut him down!
Here, let me help!
Rising Wyvern! Any more of us and I'll burn out!
I'm out of ammo!
Here I come! It's over!
Here, let me help!
Carve now!
Primed and ready! This one's mine! Photon blast! Here's a healing arc! First,
I really owe you.
Is this
not
it?
in your dreams!
Eat this!
Thunder Field!
I owe
Dance in the wind! Field! I'll be saving this one!
you! Take this! Flash! Now! Here I come! You're on!
Thunder Field!
Take this! Flash! First strike! You're finished!
In here! Reload!
Leave the
I'll be
target to
saving
me.
this one!
Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Mirage! It's on! Here I come! Burn in hell!
What are
Take
you
this!
Primed and
Swallow
ready!
blade!
I never miss! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Lyric flame! Reload! Into the shadows! Raging
Smash
cascade!
you!
I'm almost
You may be strong, but I'll never
Don't
back
get in my
down!
way! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Eat this! Strike!
Can't move! Arch field! Mega Not in your dreams!
Big blast!
Raging cascade! In here!
Eat this!
More with the stockpile! Hit! More with that annihilation! One leg! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light and raging cascade! I'll bring you back from death. I can handle it! More for the stockpile! Dance in the wind!
Not done yet!
In here! I'm almost impressed!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Rising Wyvern!
Into the fray! Raging cascade!
Swallow blade! Take this! Swallow blade!
Dance in
You're
the wind!
finished!
Feel! Here! It's about to strike!
Look sharp,
Here,
everyone!
First aid! Hazel! Radiant light! More with that back into the fray!
Eat this! Take this! I'll run you through! You're mine!
Here, let me help!
You'll pay for that! Burn!
Hit! Ow! Mega ray! Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right! I still got fight in me yet! Annihilation! Magic is down! In here!
Here I
I can't
come!
feel anything!
You're mine! It's
Into the
over?
shadow! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Not done yet!
This one's mine! Where are you going? A new lease on life.
You're mine!
Here, let me help.
It's over!
First aid!
Take this! Swallow blade!
Radiant, here! I'm out of ammo!
Slash! You're finished!
First aid!
Mirage!
I'm all... Stop!
Here I'm not feeling so great.
Searing flame! Reload! Lightning! I'm out! Watch and weep! Annihilation! Magna Ray! You won't get away with that! Annihilate! A new lease, this one's mine! Here! I never miss! Sighted! You're mine! Radiant light! Searing flame! Reload! I'm out of ammo! I can handle it! I'm all stuffed up! Searing flame! Do it!
I owe you one. Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahak-Sar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahak-Sar, Ganath Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renin. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renin supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
How's this?
Afraid I can't.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds. Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle? Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
What's this thing?
Don't get careless.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo.
through!
Eat this!
Your form!
Lightning orb!
Rising Wyvern!
Blades in the wind!
Mirage!
Air thrust!
Here I come!
Do it!
Thrust! First blood!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
We're in good form!
Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies! Hoo!
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and I'd.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. I've got something. You've got to know when to quit. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch? I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldermenancia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she's absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought, after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much? Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menencean Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah. It can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
yourselves. This one's tough.
Dance in the wind! I'm ready! Feel!
It's over! Rising Wyvern!
I'm real good with airborne targets! Dance in the wind!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Rage now!
Leave the chargers to me!
In here! They're surrounding us! I'll be saving this
You
one!
picked the wrong fight!
Radiant
Take
Warrior!
this!
One more! Dance in the wind! Never rage!
Swallow blade!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Handle! I'm ready!
Rising Wyvern!
You're on flat!
We got the advantage.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Raging Cascades! Where are you going?
Armor won't save you.
Talon Sword!
Take this! You're finished!
In here! Talon Heart! Now! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my art.
If he slows down, that's our chance!
In a bind,
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
it's time.
Annihilation! Seal!
You're mine! Swallow blade!
Eat this!
Mirage! You're finished! Swallow blade! You're mine! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
More where that came from!
In a bind,
You're mine! It's over! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
the earth throbs in pain. In a bind,
Take this!
I'm all stopped up! Dance in the wind! Annihilation! Raging! You are
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Get
content.
Law! I'll stop your movement!
and I'll stop your life.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
The heavens must be smiling. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Like this should be easy. Sword Rain Alpha!
It's a duel! Here goes!
Ignite!
I'm surrounded!
Flying freaks! Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
The enemy wields armor too.
You'll soon see about that!
Okay, here I go.
Far enough! Do it! Kitara! Frozen! Hammer! Here, let me help!
Take this! Not a chance! I'm on it!
Alright!
It's over! Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Kitara!